Eurovision! I can't even lie, part of me is kind of scared because I know I'm about to open the floodgates of like something that I've been trying to push closed since I started this Eurovision stuff and standing Azerbaijan. Everyone just spam Azerbaijan right now in the comments. But I'm taking y'all's advice, and everyone is always telling me for like the past year, you need to look at the history of Azerbaijan. You need to see what's really going on in the country. So I said, okay, I'm ripping off the Band-Aid, and we're going to do that today. Ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, hello, welcome to the channel. Today we are doing a history of Azerbaijan. Now, I don't even cut, because part of me is like, if there's injustice, I cannot support that, but at the same time, Azerbaijan is the best country in Eurovision, period. Like, they have never given a bad performance. They can always sing, they can always dance, and they look good. They're all hot. So I've always stand Azerbaijan. It's just like an inner conflict, but I gotta figure it out. Let's get into the video. What is this history that y'all are telling me I have to always learn about and see and all this and all that? Anyway, like the video. See, I listen to y'all. When you say I need to do something, I'm gonna do it. So comment down below some other videos you want. Anyway, here we go. Azerbaijan! I love the flag too. It's very pretty.
Hello everyone!
Hello.
And welcome to Mr. This is Western Asia, and here is Azerbaijan. Now,
I don't know why I thought it would be a bigger country, but it's a little puzzle piece. Very nice.
Asia, and here is Azerbaijan.
It's two
now
parts.
Let's dig in, shall we? No one knows exactly who the most ancient Paleolithic peoples of Azerbaijan were, but this was where some of them lived, the Azokh cave, where someone's jaw, stone tools, and hunted animal bones were found. Skipping ahead to the 9th and 8th centuries BC, we see Azerbaijan home to two interesting peoples, the Caucasian Albanians and the Scythians.
Huh. I thought Azerbaijani people were people of color, but his homie said they're Caucasian. Interesting. If you don't know, Caucasian means white, basically. I thought they were another POC, people of color. Interesting. I did not know that. But it's also really cool to know, like, how long Europe has been around. He said the 9th century.
Albanians and the Scythians. The Albanians.
And you know, America didn't come around until 1770 something. So y'all have been living.
The Caucasian Albanians and the Scythians. The Albanians, no relation to the ones of Europe, lived in the northeast. They later would become, like Armenia, an independent state amid mighty empires, with a capital at Kabbalah. Then there were the Scythians, a nomadic Iranian people who were mighty warriors and peerless horsemen who would end up...
See, that makes sense. They're more Iranian, which I think Iranians are people of color. I would consider them people of color. So he said they're a mix of Albanians, but he said they're not the European Albanians, so I don't know what other Albanians there are, and Iranians. So they came together to make Azerbaijani people. Interesting.
Iranian people who were mighty warriors and peerless horsemen who would end up
Nice.
ruling an immense slice of the world. As for Azerbaijan, it later came under the rule of another Iranian people, the Medes. Then another Iranian people, the Persians, having the honor of being personally invaded by Cyrus himself. Persian culture would leave a permanent stamp on Azerbaijan. As for the country's name, well, the Persians ruled their giant empire by dividing it up into a patchwork of provinces called satrapies, ruled over by satraps or governors, sort of like a lot of local governments under a main federal one. The satrapy Atropateni, named for the ruler Aturpat, would give its name to Azerbaijan. Aturpat actually became buddies with Alexander the Great after he...
That's really cool to see, like, all these big players tying together. He said Alexander the Great, the Persians. Where'd my phone go? Someone text me. But yeah, it's just interesting to see how things can change over time. Like, it fell into these hands, now it's ruled by these people, and how that's going to change the country and the history of the place, you know?
Reconquered Persia. So time passed and Azerbaijan came under the rule of another Iranian people, the Parthians, famous for their long rivalry with Rome. Christianity became the official religion of Caucasian Albania, and
Christianity. Nice.
Famous for their long rivalry with Rome, Christianity became the official religion of Caucasian Albania, and Iranian rule in the south continued with the Sassanians. Then, in the 7th century, the Arabs invaded, bringing Islam, and ruled for several centuries with their various caliphates. Then another Iranian dynasty ruled them.
So when you really think about it, this is kind of a side note completely, but I don't like the hate that Muslims or Islam people get about their religion or their practices, because when you think about it, they did the exact same thing that Christians did. The pilgrimage where you spread the word of whatever belief you believe in, and basically recruit other people into your fraternity, but make it religious. It's the exact same thing, and it's just different type of people. Like one's Caucasian and one is brown, so one gets hated on more. Let me know what you think about the Muslim versus Christian battle for whatever reason that we're having. Anyway, back to Azerbaijan!
With their various caliphates. Then another Iranian dynasty ruled them. Then another. The Rus invaded, took some loot. Then the 1000s saw Turkic tribes invade from Central Asia. The Turks were not simply looking for some quick cash. They planned to stay. And they did. And to this day, the language of Azerbaijan is a Turkish one. Now, the rough and rugged Turkic conquerors did not have much of a culture themselves. So they adopted Persian customs and promoted Persian art, architecture, literature, and so on.
See, I was thinking they would be more Arabic influence, because whenever I think of the Middle East or Iran or anything like that, I always think Arabic. By the way, I got Arabic tattooed on me. There's one. I got one on my ankle and then one on my side, which I will not show you because this isn't OnlyFans. But yeah, I just thought they would be more Arabic influence and Middle Eastern influence. I didn't think they were purebred Europeans, basically.
But the greatest poets in the Persian language were from Azerbaijan, such as Kakani and Nizami Ganjavi. The 1200s saw the Mongols invade, slaughter, pillage, and destroy whole cities.
Oh! So they weren't even coming to try to better the place like the Romans did for Rome, or just get new advancements when it comes to technology, music, literature. He said the Mongolians just wanted to come through, ransack, and leave. Disrespect.
Ganjavi. The 1200s saw the Mongols invade, slaughter, pillage, and destroy whole cities. The region soon fell under the rule of Ogode Khan, son of Genghis Khan.
He's not even you're Asian, man. What were you doing in Azerbaijan? They just wanted the land. Ugh.
The region soon fell under the rule of Ogode Khan, son of Genghis Khan. So horrific was the damage, some regions like Shirvan took 100 years to recover. The rulers of Shirvan, the Shirvanshahs, did their best to keep the land intact and functioning as invaders poured in to tear it down. And when given the chance, really built some beautiful buildings, like this palace in Baku. Poor Azerbaijan was then invaded by the Turkic Mongol conqueror Tamerlane, who made a horrible mess. Then the Safavid Persians invaded and took over. The Sunni Muslims were forced to become Shia Muslims, and when they objected, the Persians sat down with them and had a polite talk over a cup of tea. No, just kidding, they killed them. Wars continued.
I was about to say, they actually got to talk and discuss. That's so messed up, though. Oh my god, we see this a lot throughout history. If you don't want to convert or, change from your way of life, Americans did it to the Native Americans. We forced them to assimilate to American culture and leave their barbaric, as they called it, ways, and basically took all of what made them Native American to make them more civilized. What does that even mean, though? Hold on, my battery's about to die. Alright, I'm back, and I don't really remember what I was talking about, so we're just gonna keep going. Sorry.
Continued the early 1700s. Saw Ottoman and...
Bro! Am I tripping? Oh no, I turned him off. My bad.
Russian invasions. And while leaders like Nadir Shah and Aga Muhammad reinforced Persian rule in the region, the Persian grip was slipping and Russia was too strong to stop. After 2 wars, Imperial Russia...
The freaking Russians. So they've been doing what they're doing today, throughout history. Just taking and... Ooh.
gained the Caucasus and Azerbaijan. Russian rule brought many challenges and grievances, but Azerbaijan's economy went way up with Russians taking charge of trade and, most importantly, oil. Industrialization skyrocketed in the latter 19th century after the government's monopoly on oil was abolished and the public was free to get a piece of the oily pie. Baku's population grew from 14,000 to 200,000, and trade went quicker once railways were built in the 1880s. Baku became multicultural and divided and angry. Russians were in charge, Armenians were the administrators, Muslims the disgruntled laborers, and foreigners were everywhere.
Yeah. But I say yeah as if like having a diverse I guess it's kind of like the same thing with the UK and Ireland and the Welsh and the Scottish. Once you have so many different denominations but trying to make them one, everyone has their own identity though, so it kind of like messes with, I guess, the assimilation of it, all of it. But hello, you're on an American channel. We are known as the melting pot country of the world. So I'm a black person. I go to school with Asians. I go to school with white people. I go to school with Indians. I go to school with Africans. I go to school with a bunch of different people. And there's never been, aside from the racist people, there's not much of an issue when it comes to like at the end of the day, we all know we're all American, even though like my lineage is Nigerian, I'm a black American, I'm African American, but I have all these identities and I don't struggle with those identities, I guess. Like I appreciate them. Growing up, obviously I struggled with it, and like being the only black person in my entire school, black female in my entire school, obviously then it was an issue. But now more as an adult, I feel like we should all appreciate each other for our differences, and that makes us even that much more special. That's why I love being an American. I love living in America, because it's like we are one of one in the entire world. No one else is like us when you really think about it. Where else can you get something like America? So I don't get how they can hate that there's Muslims versus Persian versus this versus that in Azerbaijan. That's a good thing, no? You get to learn more about other people. Let me know your thoughts, I guess.
Azeris felt the Russians gave preferential treatment to Armenians, and after economic depression hit, they started killing each other.
This is like the Hutu and the something in Rwanda. No. The Armenian, he said Armenians massacre.
Gave preferential treatment to Armenians, and after economic depression hit, they started killing each other, leaving thousands dead. Calls for Azerbaijan's independence grew louder after the Tsar was overthrown by the communists in Russia, and the fragile stability of the country snapped like a dry twig. The Baku Armenians had been freaking out over the news of Armenians being slaughtered next door in the Ottoman Empire, and now that the Russians weren't here to protect them, and there was chaos, riots, and Bolsheviks, they lashed out in fear and rage, and thousands of Azeris were killed in the March days. A few months later, the Ottoman Islamic Army of the Caucasus entered Baku and killed the Armenians anyway. Azerbaijan was declared a country that same year, but in 1920 the Russians returned and retook the land, leaving thousands of Azeris dead. Azerbaijan...
Oh my god, it's just like, kill these people now, kill these people now. Jesus! Why can't y'all just live together? What the heck?
1920, the Russians returned and retook the land, leaving thousands of Azeris dead. Azerbaijan became a part of the Soviet Union, and hell returned in the 1930s with the Great Purge under Joseph Stalin, when untold numbers of suspected enemies of the state were gotten rid of, including...
That's so terrible, man. Oh my god, it makes me sick to my stomach. They're just killing people who don't agree with what they think is right, which is so insane. I mean, we do the same thing, though. I already can tell there's going to be comments talking about, didn't y'all do that to this group of people? I didn't do nothing. I'm just sitting here reacting. And also, when all this was happening, he just mentioned Stalin, so it was World War maybe 2, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. World War something. And America, as we know, allied with Stalin to defeat the Germans. So, did we know what was going on with the Azerbaijani people in the country?
Including this Azeri poet, executed in 1938. But Stalin most likely never could have stopped Hitler without Azerbaijan, as the bulk of Soviet oil came from Azerbaijan, not to mention the 400,000 Azeris who died fighting for the Soviets in World War II. Economic hardship came in the 1960s when Soviet oil industries moved elsewhere. Conflict with Armenians resumed, especially over the region Nagorno-Karabakh, which was and is majority Armenian, which occurred soon after Azerbaijan's independence in 1991. Things started improving under Haydar Aliyev's presidency, but corruption was rife, and that's saying a lot, as nothing is naturally as corrupt as politics. His son, Ilham Aliyev, took power after him. In 2009, the constitution was changed to get rid of term limits and end freedom of the press. So...
Whoa. Homie just said, my dad died, I'm now in charge, and I'll be in charge until I die. How do you just make that decision? See, again, an American who is all about rights for the people, voting, changing power consistently if the people don't agree with what's going on. For someone, this is again why I don't even like the British monarchy. I love Britain, but I don't support the monarchy kind of thing. And now for this guy just to pop in and say, hey, I'm your new king, essentially. Dang. Is he at least a good guy? If you can change your own constitution, I guess not. Let me know y'all's thoughts on Ilham Aliyev.
Aliyev took power after him. In 2009, the constitution was changed to get rid of term limits and end freedom of the press. So
freedom of the press. See, if I lived in Azerbaijan, I probably couldn't even do these reactions because I can't say whatever I want. That's a blessing I have here in America. Like, I would have to literally watch what I say. Freedom of the press is not a thing over there. Man, what? Whoa.
Basically, now he could rule as long as he wanted, and there was nothing you could say about it. Have Azeris protested this dictator? Yes, and now they're in prison. We weren't told...
First of all, he called him a dictator, and he said they get put in prison for denouncing him. That's just like Russia. Oh my god.
This when Azerbaijan hosted Eurovision. So this was...
Oh, they hosted Eurovision. Nice.
We weren't told this when Azerbaijan hosted Eurovision. So this was the sad story of Azerbaijan, which really has made immense improvements and advancements. But beneath the glitter of its sparkling capital simmer serious problems.
Dubai?
We hope for good things for Azeris in the future, and for their beautiful country to receive leaders who are worthy of it. But for now, bye-bye.
Okay, I was sitting here thinking y'all were saying, like, in the streets, the people are just slaughtering Armenians and this and that and this and that. That was just the history of the country. It was back and forth, back and forth. It's not like a modern day thing that's going on. Like, the only modern day thing that I didn't agree with was basically the dictator who plopped himself on the throne and said, I'm now your king. I don't agree with that, but the way people were saying in the comments, it seemed like Azerbaijani people were today just slaughtering Armenians, which is not the case according to this video. And this video was made in 2019, so things may have changed. But yeah, give me more details or send me a link on Instagram, DM it to me, or comment down below a link for a video that will explain anything that this video didn't touch on. But all that to say, when it comes to Eurovision, I still support Azerbaijan because, like I said, they're the best to do it. And it's not the Azerbaijani people killing the Armenians. The only injustice here is to the Azerbaijani people from their dictator. Like, you're just imprisoning people because they don't agree with you. That's insane. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the video. I'll see you in the next one, though. Bye.